How's it going, fellas, and welcome to the channel where I kick back, relax, and talk NBA 2K20. And today's the day I'm going to be teaching you guys how to become the natural gifted athlete. If you haven't seen my series on my YouTube channel of the natural gifted athlete, go check it out on the channel because I do put a lot of time and effort into it. The production is pretty decent. The thumbnails aren't great, but at the end of the day, it's all about the videos. And just go check it out, guys. They are some funny and some good videos. I play against Zernick, Tycino's mate, and a few other things as well. So go and take a look at the natural gifted athlete. And anyway, guys, I've talked and raved long enough. But anyway, guys, as I said, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about is my jump shot. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to be the natural gifted athlete. Jumpshot 98 is my jump shot. It is the smoothest jump shot I've played in any 2K. I've never been able to green like this. It's crazy how many greens I get. If I'm pretty much open, I'm greening 70 to 80% of the time. As long as my connection's half decent, I'm greening a lot of the time. It does not matter. I'm even greening in people's faces. It's ridiculous. According to 2K Labs, it has a really big green window and a decent white percentage, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be using this jump shot. There's a couple of different things that people use with the releases, and I use Dirk and Steph. Dirk Nowitzki and Steph Curry are my two releases that I use, with a blend of 60% towards Dirk. That's my jump shot, fellas. There's no secret. Like, it's not a crazy jump shot with Dick Barnett into Kevin Duckworth and into all that. It's pretty much what everybody uses. Everybody uses jump shot 98. It's just find the releases that make the jump shot look smooth. And Dirk and Steph, I believe, make it look smooth. Look, I've hit contested 60% from near half court whites. Like, I've made my fair share of whites. Like, my mates even call me white machine instead of green machine because I've won games through my whites. Like the other night, I played a game, and I'll try and put it in the video for you fellas, and I was whiting everything. Like, I could not miss. This jump shot, if you slightly late it by half a second or half a millisecond, it still goes in a lot of the time. It really does, fellas. I'll show you as much as I can in this video, but it really does. The next thing I want to talk about is just don't be scared of moving shots. As long as you have some sort of shooting archetype, don't be scared of them. Put your badges onto at least silver difficult shots. I've got mine on Hall of Fame. Use Athletic 3, and it's easy as. Because Athletic 3 has a similar speed to Jump Shot 98, so it's not too different. It's a little bit slower, but other than that, it's the same thing. Moving shots are easy. Even mid-ranges can be effective from moving or spot up. Don't be scared to play the mid-range game as well, fellas. There's so many times when players just can pull up from mid-range, but they drive to the basket and try and get a dunk, and I just don't understand why. Don't be scared to pull up. Don't be scared to do a moving shot from mid-range because they're a hell of a lot easier than what three-pointers are. The badges that I use, fellas, Hall of Fame badges, Quick Draw, Green Machine, Range Extender, Hot Zone Hunter, and Difficult Shots. It's up to you whether you want Difficult Shots. I just use that as a fallback. They're the badges that I use for Hall of Fame. And then I have one other badge, which is Deadeye on Silver. That's all I have. Silver. There was one rec game and a couple of park games where I changed it to Hall of Fame, but I didn't like it. I thought it still was effective at Silver because Hot Zone Hunter kicks in on contested shots. Hot Zone Hunter helps a lot with contested shots. It comes up pretty much every single time that you make a shot in somebody's face, whether it's contested or not. So Hot Zone Hunter mixed with Deadeye sort of makes you pretty overpowered at times. You don't make all contested shots, but there's some times when you get like 50%, 60%. Like in the rec, I've hit like at least over 20, 40 plus contested shots. It's crazy. Like, sometimes you just can't miss. Whether it's green or not, like, you'll be hitting 45%. Once you get on a roll with this jump shot, green, white, it does not matter. You just got to hit early. Once you hit early, you're fine. So the next thing I want to talk about is learning how to set your feet, letting go of the left stick really early before shooting. Like, I'm talking half a second to a second. You've fully got to not be touching the controller to pull up this year. If you're holding any movement, any momentum to one particular way, you're gonna do a moving shot. Learning how to set your feet in this game is an art form. It really is. It's one of the biggest things that you need to learn how to do. It doesn't matter what jump shot you use. If you can't set your feet properly, it really doesn't matter. And the next thing I want to talk about is just dribble moves to set your feet too. Hesitations and step backs are the best dribble moves that work for me. That's why you see me in these gameplays do them a hell of a lot, because I'm trying to set my feet, because if I am open, I'm guaranteed to set my feet and shoot a spot up shot. That's why a lot of people shoot moving shots, because they're not setting their feet properly. The last few things I want to talk about is just some small tips that can help you guys out. No shot meter is not a myth. It really works. But you've got to learn your jump shot before you take it off. Don't just change to a jump shot and then just turn your shot meter off and then just think that you're going to green. It's not going to happen. Leave the shot meter on for at least 500 shots. And then within those 500 shots, if you reckon that you're shooting at 40, 50%, maybe 30% as well, 30, 40 or 50%, and you've learnt your jump shot, you green fairly consistently, then turn your shot meter off, and that will help a ton. Don't turn your shot meter off on new jump shots, because it's hard to green when you don't know the release. So there's no point taking off that no shot meter and giving yourself a disadvantage, even though you gain an advantage with no shot meter, but you don't have a learnt jump shot. You haven't learnt your jump shot, so there's no point taking the shot meter off unless you've learned it first. No vibration on your controller can be found in the controller settings, and ever since I've turned that off, I've seemed to be hitting a lot more shots. I don't know if that's just me in my own head, but try it out, guys. What do you got to lose? And the last thing I want to talk about before I end the video is just turn on shot feedback for all shots. So you know your feedback straight away. You don't have to wait for all your badges to pop up and everything like that before you find your shot feedback. Turn shot feedback on for all shots, so you see teammate shots, so you learn what's contested, what's not contested. You'll learn whether you're slightly early, slightly late, so you can adjust the feel of your jump shot. Having shot feedback on helps a ton. It really does, fellas, because it shows you and gives you an opportunity straight away. You don't have to, as I said, running through the badges of when your shot feedback's going to come up. When you have all shots on, it just goes bang right at the top of your screen, and you find the shot feedback instantly. So you know, oh, I was a bit early that time, or I was a bit late, or whatever. You know straight away, so you can adjust for next time and start hitting greens from the very next shot. That is my jump shot. Base 98. Release 1 is Dirk Nowitzki. Release 2, Steph Curry, with a blend of 60% towards Dirk. Trust me, fellas, try this jump shot out. If you're a half-decent shooter with a 3-point rating over 80, you'll be lights out, because if I can do it, you can do it. But anyway, guys, as I said, I've talked and raved long enough. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch yous later.